This is in continuation of the Elasticsearch integration with IAPS. Today we will talk about that base search control and the search template. First, I will walk you through where the sample search template lives. So if you go in the Bitbucket to the IAPS repository, to the front-end web, IAPS Pro, page template library, the templates, the content. So here we will be having one search ascx.cs, which is inheriting from the base search control. This is the search control used for CMS pages, file, post, and dynamic pages. We have the product search template also in the catalog folder, which will be this product search.acx.cs. We also have this base search control in API, UI, page template, and in the search. So you can download the IAPS repository and look through this code. We will go through to the Visual Studio and look some of this template and the base search control. So the base search control have these abstract properties, which is search text box, pager, button search, and bind result. So any of the search template which is inheriting from base search control has to implement these four properties, out of which three are control and one is the bind result method. There are some other virtual properties like search range refinement and search refinement, which if it has been implemented in the search template, we have to provide those control for these properties. Let's first go to the search template. Here I will just walk through the controls which is used. It's basically simple, just the text search, the button search, this just for the spell check information, and a repeater to bind the search result properties. And we do have one pager control. So when we go to the code behind of the search template, we have to override those four properties as we saw in the base search control, which is this pager, the search text box, the button search, and the bind result. The search response will be populated in the base search control, and we can bind our repeater to the search response search result collection. And this will also bind the header, which will be the spell check information. And then we are binding the repeater with the search result information into the header and to the item and the alternating item of the repeater. And this highlight information is an optional thing. We can bind that information, and that information will be populated if we pass this explain is equal to true. If we pass explain as equal to true in the query string, the highlight information will be populated, which will be giving this information like this search term is found in which document properties, and will highlight that word in that property result. And this is one private helper method to bind the description. If it is found in the meta tags, use that, else use the search result or description, which will be the description of that document. And that's it for the search template for the CMS. We can just look into the product search control. We will just look first into the ASCX, which is again we have this text search, button search. Now we have a more control as the sorter control, and we have the refinement, the search refinement and the search range refinement. um, the search range refinement is, we can make it true, the is range refinement property as true. So now this control will be used as the range refinement control, and we can bind the price range. And if is range refinement is false, this control will be used as normal refinement for the document. So if we see the the specific house, so this will be the refinement control where the is range refinement is false, and this will be the range refinement where is range refinement is true. So we have these two controls here, and then again the repeater control where we will bind the product information, and then in the last we again have the pager control. So if we go back to the code behind of the product search control, we have to uh, override the abstract and also some of the virtual property. The sorter was a virtual which is not required for a CMS search template, but it might be required for the product search. So it's a virtual property in the base search which we have to override and give the search control, the sort control. And same thing for the search pages, so text box. And then we have to provide the search range refinement control and the search refinement control. And then the button search search explain we will walk through later sometime. And then also we are overriding the object type, which in this case we want product. By default it is page, file, post, and dynamic pages. And then again we are binding the repeater here with all the product properties which will be coming from our search result collection. And this is the bind result again which we have to override it, and this is the bind header for this spell check. And then we have to override some of the properties which is the refinement input, where we want to refine the document based on this document property which is attribute collection and attribute category. And the range refinement input which we have to override to give the information of the price range which we want to filter the document against, and this sort value which we have to pass it on which the document will be sorted. I think that's it for the search template. We'll be having one more video for the logging and debugging the search web APIs. Thank you.